Hello, everybody, and welcome to this 60-minute stretch and release class. I'm going to ask you to grab a strap before you climb onto your mat today, whatever strap you've got available. It can be a hand towel, it can be an elasticated exercise band, you can use a yoga strap, or even a belt. So whatever you've got handy, just grab that and keep it nearby, just next to your mat off to the side. And then if you're ready to get started, you can join me on your mat in child's pose. So we're going to come to kneeling. Knees about as wide as your mat, big toes into touch, sitting back onto your heels. Taking a nice deep breath in here. And as you exhale, gently bow forwards, walking your arms forwards, releasing your forehead down onto the mat, closing your eyes, relaxing your shoulders. And just beginning to bring all of your awareness and all of your focus down onto your mat. Into the present moment. Begin to feel the touch of your arms and hands pressing down against the mat. Feel the movement of your belly as you breathe. And taking a moment to set your intention, your reason for being on your mat today. Taking a nice deep breath here at center. And as you exhale, walk your hands gently over to the right side of your mat, extending through the fingertips, drawing your tailbone back towards your heels, and just breathing into the stretch down the left side of your body. Taking a slow deep breath in and exhaling your hands gently over to the left side of the mat. Extend through the fingertips, try to inch them away from you, and draw your tailbone back and down towards your heels, neck relaxed. Breathing into the stretch down the right side of your body. Taking a slow deep breath in and exhaling your hands back to center. Inhale as you roll your spine up to tabletop. And then exhale, bringing your knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders for tabletop. So take a moment here. Index fingers pointing to the top of your mat, fingers nice and wide, knees underneath the hips, and just start off with a couple of cat-cows. So dropping your belly, roll your shoulders back, inhale and lift your nose towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, gently round the spine, tuck your chin, push with your hands and tuck your tailbone. Moving with your breath, inhale as you drop the belly, lift the nose. And exhale as you round. Inhaling to arch. And exhaling to round. 2 more here at your own breath. Just tuning in, checking in what's going on in your spine, what's going on in your lower back and your shoulders, in your neck. Good job. Gently coming to a flat back. Inhale, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, sending your gaze up to your right thumb. And then exhale, thread the needle. Right arm comes underneath the left arm, right shoulder down towards the ground, and then the side of the head or the temple down onto the mat. And you can reach your left arm up towards the top of the mat if it feels accessible to you. Just hold and breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Bringing that left hand back in line with the face, pushing gently back up to tabletop. And we're going to take it to the other side. So inhaling, left arm reaches, sending your gaze up towards your left thumb. And then exhale, thread the needle. Left arm comes underneath the right arm. Left shoulder down towards the ground. Left temple down towards the ground. And right arm maybe reaches towards the top of the mat. Otherwise, keep it in line with your face. Hold and breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Bringing your right hand back in line with the face, pushing up to tabletop, taking a nice deep breath in here. And as you exhale, tuck your toes and send your hips up and back for downward dog. Fingers nice and wide, head and neck relax, spread your shoulder blades, and just take a moment to very gently pedal your feet. Rock your hips from side to side if you like. Breathing slow and deep. And just checking in what's going on in your ankles, what's going on in your calves. How do the hamstrings feel today? How do your feet feel? Breathing slow and deep. And we're going to take a nice slow walk to the front of the mat. We'll meet in a forward fold, so take your time. Feel free to come off of your hands. If you can't keep your hands on the ground as you walk to the front of the mat, then just come off of your hands. Keep your knees as bent as you need them to be and take a very nice, slow and easy walk to the front of your mat. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart, head and neck completely relaxed. Anchor your hands by touching the ground. Relax your head and neck. Give your head a very gentle shake, yes and no, making sure the neck is nice and relaxed, and maybe shrug out the shoulders a few times. On your next inhale, very slowly roll your spine all the way up to standing. And then exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Good job. Coming to mountain pose. So standing nice and tall. Take a moment to adjust the feet if you need to. Roll the shoulders back, lift up through the crown of the head, palms face forwards. Draw the belly button in and up, and the tailbone slightly lengthens down. Inhale, reaching up. Connect your palms above your head. Send your gaze gently towards the thumbs. And then exhale, bend your knees, fold all the way forwards. Inhale, come halfway up. Bring your hands to your shins or your thighs. Shoulders roll back. Straighten the legs as much as you can and keep your weight forwards to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend your knees, fold all the way forwards, hands to the ground, head and neck relaxed. Squat it down. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. So sit into your heels, reach the arms all the way up. Draw the belly in, lengthen the tailbone. Sit into your heels, see if you can lift your toes to play. And as you exhale, fold it forwards. Stepping your right foot back. Gently release your right knee down and release your toes. Heel toe or wriggle the foot forwards if you need to, and make sure that your front ankle and knee are aligned. So you don't want your ankle to be behind the knee. If you can, wriggle around and just make sure that your ankle and knee are nice and aligned. Send your tailbone under, groin forwards, hips square, arms reach, Anjaneyasana. Take a nice deep breath in here. And a nice deep breath out here. Good job. And again, taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently fold forwards, planting your hands. Inhale, step it back to plank. And then either take it straight to downward dog or go through a vinyasa. So exhaling chaturanga to the belly if you choose to vinyasa. Shoulders roll back. Inhale, up cobra, hips down to the ground. Exhale, tuck the toes, send your hips up and back for down dog. On your next inhale, reach your right leg up into the air, three-legged down dog. And then exhale, step your right foot forwards between your hands, releasing your left knee down and releasing the toes. Again, take a moment to check in ankle-knee alignment. Draw your tailbone under, hips both pointing towards the front of the mat, so be aware of swaying your hips or dipping your hips. And then inhale as you reach the arms all the way up and back for Anjaneyasana. Hold here, exhale and soften the shoulders. And then take another nice deep breath in. Exhale, gently fold, planting your hands. Inhale, step it back to plank. Exhale either straight to downward dog or vinyasa. Exhaling to the belly if you choose to vinyasa. Shoulders back, inhale, cobra, elbows in. And exhale, downward dog, hips up and back. Hold and breathe in your downward dog. Try to elongate the spine as much as possible. Spread the shoulder blades, relax the neck, and anchor through all 10 knuckles in your hands. Inhale, gazing forwards. And on your exhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Take a deep breath in. Come halfway up, bring your hands to your shins or thighs, flattening your back, draw the belly in. And as you exhale, gently fold, bending your knees, head and neck relax. All the way up, inhale, reach through the arms. And then exhale, hands come to prayer at the chest. And we're going to repeat that flow one more time. Staying connected to the breath, moving mindfully, moving slowly. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, belly draws in, fold it forwards, weight to the balls of your feet, hands anchor, head and neck relaxed. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, squat it down, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold it forwards. Right foot steps back, releasing your right knee down. Untuck the toes, arms reach, Anjaneyasana, crescent moon. Really try to send the groin forwards here, actively pushing through with that right glute. Exhale to fold, plant the hands. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale either straight to downward dog or vinyasa. Coming to the belly for chaturanga. Cobra, shoulders back and down. And downward dog. Hold in your downward dog. Take a nice deep breath. Reconnect. Present and aware. On your next inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged down dog. Exhale, right foot steps forwards, releasing your left knee down, releasing the toes. Draw the tailbone under, send the groin forwards, and inhale up, Anjaneyasana. Gently exhale as you fold and plant your hands. Inhale, step it back to plank. Exhale, send the hips up and back for downward dog or take it through a vinyasa. Hanging out in your downward dog, think about elongating your spine, even if that means bending your knees. Relax your neck and anchor through your hands. Excellent job. Inhale, gazing forwards. Exhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Fold it forwards. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Good job. We're going to take it into a little bit more deeper stretching now. So you can heel toe your feet to hip distance. And you're going to put your index finger around your big toes and complete that circle with your thumb. So really hooking yourself around your big toes. And you're going to bend your knees substantially and bring your weight a little bit further forwards towards the balls of the feet. And you're going to bring your belly onto your thighs and relax your head and neck. Gaze through your legs and find something between your legs that you can keep your eyes on for balance. And just take a moment here to really connect with this inversion, with being upside down here. Connect with what's going on in your hamstrings, what's going on in the backs of the thighs, maybe the lower back, the calves. Gluing the belly to the thighs, knees as bent as you need them to be, and shoulders pulling away from the ears. And maybe you can begin to straighten the legs. So starting to straighten the legs a little bit more whilst keeping your belly glued to your thighs. So maybe you only move an inch. Maybe you're able to completely straighten. Maybe your knees are very bent. That's absolutely fine. As long as you're feeling a nice stretch through the backs of the thighs. Keeping the weight forwards, pushing down through your toes. One more breath here. Good job. Gently releasing your fingers from your toes. Inhale, come halfway up, straightening the legs, flattening the back, keeping your weight to the balls of your feet. Exhale as you bend, plant your hands and step back to plank. Inhale. On your exhale, bring your right knee towards your right wrist, leg places diagonally across your mat, coming into pigeon pose. Release your left knee down and then just walk that left knee back a little bit. Sit up nice and tall and just take a moment to check in that your left ankle, knee and hip are aligned. And then square both of your hips back towards the front of the mat. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, begin to fold forwards, leaning into your hands, leading with the belly button. On your next inhale, push into your hands and come back up. And we're going to do that 3 more times. Slowly exhale, folding forwards, begin to release. And then inhale, push into the hands, coming slowly up. Lifting through your heart. Exhale as you gently come down. Inhale, push through the hands, coming up. Good job. Last one. Exhale slowly down. And inhale slowly up. Very, very nice. On your next inhale, come all the way down. Maybe you can fall down onto your forearms and release your forehead onto your arms. Breathe nice and deeply into your right hip, into your right glute, and the right lower back. Very nice. On your next inhale, slowly come up onto your hands. Tucking the left toes, lift the knee, push into your hands, and then exhale to plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga down to the belly. Roll the shoulders back, untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Squeeze the elbows in, only come about a third of the way up, shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale to gently release down. 2 more. Inhale, baby cobra. Push the hips down and exhale to release. 1 more. Inhale, baby cobra. And this time, exhale back to tabletop and come down onto your forearms for puppy pose. So check in that your wrists are aligned with your elbows and that your elbows are aligned with your shoulders. So be aware of your elbows splaying out to the side. And if you've got very tight shoulders, then that might happen. And with time, you'll be able to bring your elbows more in line with your shoulders, but you're aiming to have them aligned. And then you're going to keep your tailbone up in the air, so a little bit of an arch in the lower back, sending your tailbone up towards the ceiling, and begin to melt your heart down towards the mat between the shoulders. And you can just gently release your forehead onto the mat here. Breathing nice and slow and deep. Just noticing what's going on in your shoulders. What's going on in your upper back. How do you feel? Stay with your breath, breathing nice and slow and deep. Very nice. Inhale, gaze forwards. Exhale back onto your belly. Hands come to the rib cage, roll the shoulders back. Inhale up for cobra. And then tuck the toes and exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, right foot steps forwards, coming up high crescent lunge. So get comfortable on your feet, arms reach, soft shoulders. Come high onto the ball of your left foot. Squeeze that left glute and then lunge into the right knee. And you're going to feel a stretch go through the front of your left hip flexor. Take a moment here, breathe nice and deeply, nice active left leg. Excellent. Opening up, warrior 2. Plant the back foot, arms reach. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, straighten the front leg, turn your hips to the front of the mat, and reach forwards and down for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right fingertips come towards the ground, left arm reaches towards the ceiling, and your gaze can either be down at the big toe of your front foot or up at your left thumb. Keep pulling your right hip crease back. Nice active legs pushing away from the ground with your feet. Breathing deeply for another 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bending your right knee, come up, warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale to fold and plant the hands. Inhale, step back to plank. And then exhale, bring your left leg into pigeon pose. So left knee towards your left wrist, left leg diagonally across your mat. Release your right knee down and walk the leg back slightly. Check in, right ankle, knee, and hip aligned. Both hips square towards the front of the mat. Take a deep breath in here, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart. And as you exhale, lean slowly into your hands and begin to fold forward. Try to lead with your belly button and your heart. Take your time. Inhale, push into your hands, slowly coming back up. And exhale to release back down. Good job. 2 more. Inhale, coming up. And exhale down. Last one. Inhaling up. And exhale down. Good job. Inhale up. And this time exhale all the way down onto your forearms. Releasing your forehead down. Close the eyes. Keep your hips nice and square. Be aware of rolling from one hip to the other. Try to keep your hips nice and square and level. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. And just take a moment to reconnect with your breath. Reconnect with your intention. Good job. On your next inhale, gently come up onto your hands. Tucking your right toes, lift the knee, and then exhale, step it back to plank. Take a deep breath in here, nice strong plank. And as you exhale, come down onto the belly. Shoulders back. 3 baby cobras. Inhale, a third of the way up. Nice active back. Squeeze the elbows in, shoulders down. And exhale as you release. 2 more. Inhale to come up. Exhale to release. Last one. Inhale up. Tuck your toes and exhale, hips up and back. Downward dog. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up into the air, 3-legged down dog. And then exhale, step your left foot between your hands and come up high crescent lunge with control. Come up onto the ball of your right foot, squeeze your right glute and see if you can lunge back down into your left knee. Soft shoulders, open heart. Feeling the stretch through the front of that right hip flexor. Very, very nice. Gently open up warrior two. Plant the back foot, arms reach. Check in with your back arm. Make sure that it's not lagging or sinking down, but that it's aligned with your front arm. Take a deep breath in. Gently straightening your front leg, turn your hips to the front of the mat, and then exhale, reach forwards and down for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left fingertips to the ground, right arm reaches to the ceiling, left hip crease pulls back, both legs active. Gaze either up or down, whatever feels best for you, and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Good job. Gently bend the front knee, come up, warrior two, inhaling. Exhale to fold, planting your hands. Inhale, step it back to plank. And then exhale, chaturanga to the belly. Untuck the toes. Bring your right forearm underneath your forehead. Bend your left knee and take it into a nice quad stretch. Backstroke your left hand, take a hold of your foot and relax your head down. So here is where if you can't reach your foot, grab your strap, whatever it is that you have nearby, and just place it around the foot or the ankle if you can't hold your foot. If, however, you are able to, then obviously take a hold of the foot. Push your hip down into the mat and actively pull your foot down towards your left glute. Notice if the hip is starting to creep up off of the mat and there's space being created between your thigh or your hip and the mat, and try to actively push your hip and your thigh down into the mat as you hug or pull the foot down towards the glute. I'm going to breathe here for another 3, 2, just noticing that stretch all the way through the front of the thigh. 1, very, very nice. Gently release. Bringing your left arm underneath the forehead now. Bend your right knee, backstroke the right arm, take a hold of the foot or use your strap. Release your forehead back down. Push your hip flexor, your hip and your quad into the mat and begin to pull your right foot towards your glute. Breathe nice and deeply all the way up and down the full length of your thigh. Focusing on that stretch through the front of your thigh. Holding for another 3, 2, keep pushing the hip down. 1, good job. Gentle release. Hands to your ribcage, inhale up cobra. Exhale child's pose. Take a moment here to just relax and soften, reconnect with the breath. Notice exactly what's going on in the body, any sensations you might be feeling. Inhale, roll your spine up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Walk your hands to your knees and come to a squat at the back of the mat. And then you're going to step your feet about as wide as your mat, toes turned out. We're coming into Malasana Goddess Squat. Elbows between your knees, hands together in prayer at the chest. Try to push your heart forwards and squeeze the shoulder blades. Hold and breathe here for 8. 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Gentle release of your hands, lifting your bum into the air, forward fold. Keep your knees bent and just gently rock your hips side to side here. Heel toe your feet to hip distance. And then inhale, roll the spine all the way up to standing. Exhale the shoulders back and down. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale the hands down and behind your back, connecting your fingers. And as you inhale, roll the shoulders back and lift your heart. Bend your knees. Exhale, fold forwards. Find something between your legs that you can gaze on and begin to pull your arms up and over. Maybe you want to use your strap here, holding onto a strap between the hands. Maybe you're struggling to get this pull. Sometimes using a strap can really help with adding some shoulder flexibility or helping you to get deeper mobility and flexibility. So try it out. Maybe you're not in the mood for that today and you just want to keep your fingers connected, whatever feels right to you. Breathing here for another 5. 4, relax the neck. 3, really actively pulling the hands towards the head. 2, 1. Good job, guys. Gently releasing your hands to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands forwards to downward dog. Inhaling, right leg lifts, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, right foot steps forwards between the hands, releasing your left knee down, releasing the toes. Anjaneyasana, inhale, crescent moon. Exhale as you gently fold forwards and begin to straighten the front leg for half splits. Walking your hands back as much as you need to, flexing the toes lightly towards your shin, flattening the back. Breathe. Maybe your knee is substantially bent. That's absolutely fine. Whatever works for you is what you've got to do. Check in, tune in, breathe. And then relaxing the foot and folding maybe a little bit further forwards, maybe not. Doesn't matter where you're at, how deep you are. It's just where you're beginning. Breathing for another 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring your hands to the inside edge of your right leg. Bend the knee. Heel toe your right foot to the outside edge of your mat. Toes turned out. Draw your tailbone under and your hips forwards for lizard lunge. So really trying to send your groin through to the front of the mat here. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale to tuck your back toes and lift the knee. Inhale, step back to plank. And then exhale, send your hips up and back for downward dog. Inhaling, left leg lifts, three-legged down dog. Exhale, left foot steps forwards between your hands, releasing your right knee down. Release your toes, send your hips forwards, and inhale to reach, Anjaneyasana. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently fold it forwards. And begin to straighten your front leg for half splits. Flexing the toes towards the shin as much as you can. Again, if your knee is substantially bent, it is what it is. It's where you're starting. It doesn't mean that it's where you're going to end. So just being present with whatever's happening on your mat and being okay with that. Good job. Relaxing the foot now and seeing if you can maybe bow a tiny bit deeper, maybe not. Maybe your knee is still bent. Doesn't matter. Holding for another 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bringing your hands to the inside edge of your right leg. Of your left leg. Bending your left knee. Heel toe your left foot to the outside edge of your mat. Toes turned out. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Draw your tailbone under. Send your hips forwards. Hold for lizard lunge. Really try to send your groin forwards, taking a nice deep breath in. Tucking your right toes, lift the knee as you exhale. Inhale, step it back to plank. Exhale to release your knees down, swing your legs to the side, grab your strap, and come to seated. Legs out in front of you. Take a moment to adjust your seat. So pull the flesh out from under you. Sitting nice and square, knees and toes to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in to reach all the way up. And a deep breath out, reach forwards, 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 and all the way down. If you can't reach your feet here, take a hold of your strap, place it over the feet, roll the shoulders back, lift through the lower back, and just hang out here. Or maybe you're holding a lot longer strap, whatever works for you, do what works for you. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders, breathe. Gently release, roll the spine up. Bend your right knee and bring the sole of your right foot over your left thigh. Bring your left arm around your right thigh, hugging your left thigh into your chest. Lift up through your lower back and bring your right hand behind your back, gently twisting, but more focusing on the glute stretch through your right glute. Breathing nice and deeply here for another 5, 4, 3. Keep lifting up and out of the lower back. 2, 1. Good job. Release back to center. Bringing your right foot now next to your left glute and trying to align your knees. So this is half Gormukhasana or half cow face pose. You're going to inhale and lift up through your lower back, hands next to your hips. And on your exhale, begin slowly to fold forwards. It doesn't mean that you can get forwards. Maybe you use a strap here again over your foot. Maybe you're able to reach your foot, but the main thing is not hunching or rounding into your upper back and rather trying to lead with the belly button and the heart. You're going to feel this up through the ITB and up through the outer thigh, outside of your knee, your calf, your hamstring. Breathing nice and deeply here. Good job. Very gently release. Roll the spine back up. And then releasing your right leg, extending it straight. I'm going to go into one more forward fold. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, reach forwards, 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 and all the way down. Or take a hold of your strap and use that over your feet. Either way, think about lifting up and out of your lower back and reaching forwards and down instead of hunching and rounding into your spine. Try to keep your back nice and flat. Great job. Gently release, rolling it up. Bending your left knee now. Bring the sole of your left foot over your right thigh and hug your right arm around your left thigh. Really hug your thigh up to your chest. Try to lift up and out of the lower back. And then bring your left arm behind you, taking it into a gentle stretch, but mostly focusing on that glute and outer thigh and hip stretch. Focusing and breathing deeply here, lifting up and out of the lower back for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Gently release. Bringing your left foot next to your right glute now and trying to align the knees. You're also welcome to lift your hips up using a cushion if you need to. It might just help to take a bit of pressure off of the hips or off of the stretch, so feel it out. If you need your strap, grab that, keep it nearby. Otherwise, hands next to your hips, lifting up and out of the lower back, taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, beginning to fold forwards, leading with the belly button and the heart. Feel free to use your strap over the foot, or maybe you're able to reach the foot, or maybe you just want to keep your hands on either side of your calf or your ankle. Whatever feels accessible to you, whatever feels like it's going to give you the biggest release. Be aware of pushing too hard here. Back off if you need to. Just honoring your boundaries, honoring what your body needs and how it feels. Good job. Gently release, rolling your spine up. Uncross the leg and extend your legs out to the side. So you can start at hip distance, mat distance, sorry. You can start with your feet mat distance, or if you like, you can go wider. But I'd like you to just grab the flesh out from under your seat and just readjust your hips again, pulling your hips back into the correct position for a forward fold. Knees and toes to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in to reach all the way up. And a deep breath out, reach forwards, forwards, forwards. Active legs pushing down through your thighs. Maybe your knees are bent, doesn't matter where you're at. Nice flat back, reach forwards, forwards, forwards. Wherever you can go to, keep your back nice and flat and then release your fingers down. Maybe you've got it in you to fold onto your forearms. Maybe you can come all the way down into pancake. If that's the case, that's awesome. Well done. Maybe you're all the way up here. And that's also absolutely fine. Doesn't matter as long as you're feeling a nice stretch through your hamstrings, maybe into your inner thighs, maybe into the hips and the back. One more deep breath here, wherever you're at. Good job. Gently roll the spine up. Bringing the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Just taking a moment here, hook your fingers, very gently flutter by your knees. You can get a bit of a rock going if you like here, side to side, checking in with the lower back. Maybe you can fold all the way down. Try to keep a nice flat back as much as possible. Check in with your neck and shoulders. Make sure you're not pulling your shoulders up to your ears. Good job. Gentle release coming up. Soles of the feet come onto your mat, hands behind your back, fingers face your toes. Roll your shoulders back, gentle squeeze of your shoulders or your elbows behind your back. Push your heart up to the ceiling. You can either hang out here, getting a stretch through your shoulders and your chest, or if you like, push into your feet, lifting your hips, coming into reverse tabletop. Breathing nice and deeply. You can tuck your chin if your neck is feeling a little bit iffy today, or gaze directly up at the ceiling, whatever feels best for you. Good job, guys. Very gently releasing the hips down if they aren't already. Coming down your mat. Bringing your knees into your chest. Coming down onto the back, giving your ankles a few big, slow circles. Spread and crunch your toes a few times. Get rid of any last snap, crackles, and pops. Lift your hands into the air. Give your wrists a few gentle circles. Spread your fingers wide. Crunch them up. Fists and stars. Good job. Give yourself a nice big love, big hug. Tell yourself that you love yourself, that you're proud of yourself. And then release your head and neck down, followed by one leg at a time. It doesn't matter which leg goes first, coming into Shavasana or corpse pose. Tuck your shoulder blades under your back, palms face up to the ceiling, eyes closed. And just take a moment to completely relax your whole body down. Just feeling the gentle rise and fall of your belly. The beautiful and easy rhythm of your breath. With each breath in, imagine yourself drawing relaxation into your body. And with each breath out, relax and soften down deeper into your mat. Releasing and relaxing all the muscles of the face, the neck and shoulders. Relaxing the arms and hands. Relaxing your back, your belly, your hips. Letting go in your legs and your feet. Just releasing, relaxing, and letting go. Begin to very slowly wriggle your fingers and your toes, softly stirring your body awake. Gently bending your knees, rolling over to whichever side feels best for you. Making your way gently up to seated, legs crossed, hands in prayer to your chest and eyes closed. Exhale and empty the lungs. Take a slow deep breath in. Gentle sigh out. Good job. Bowing your head to your heart. Honor your intention, your reason for being on your mat today. Honor and acknowledge yourself for your decision to be here. And take a moment to give thanks for one beautiful blessing in your life, one great thing. Namaste.